Talk about an interesting way to cap off what's been an incredible week for me personally. And wrapping up the birthday wouldn't be complete without talking about Dragon Ball Super Chapter 58. We got One Piece, a huge chapter incoming, I'm sure, and a huge episode. But here it's all about DBS. And I did review the last chapter because, in all honesty, that was an average, predictable chapter. And I mentioned in the last review that I made. And this is why I made the skip, because a lot of people went hyped. Okay, you like the characters involved. Toyotaro reintroduced like Krillin, Yamcha, Tien. But my question is, let's wait and see what they do with these characters. And oh boy, I mean, yeah, Krillin got a win, but I'm pretty sure Krillin got a bunch of wins in the Tournament of Power in the anime. Not only that, but he also got a win over Gohan, which made a lot of fans salty in the Dragon Ball community when that episode aired. So, okay, it was great for Krillin, but what else is new, really? And the only interesting thing that came in that chapter was the ending with Goku arriving before Vegeta, which I will give Taro credit because that kind of switches things a little bit. Because I've been pretty much on and on saying that Goku's going to arrive last because that's the perception because he was getting lost throughout space. But no, they have Goku being there first before Vegeta, which usually doesn't happen. So I will give him credit for that, but it was still an average chapter. This chapter was a little bit better. So Goku comes in. It's in fact a one shot on the three girls that fused into one in the previous chapter. And I will say I find it very interesting that in the previous chapter we did get to see the attack used by Goku, but in the next chapter he awakens Ultra Instinct like it's nothing. But there's a serious conversation between him and Krillin when he's like, "Oh, it looks like you got pretty strong, but that means Moro must be pretty frightening, right?" And Goku's like, "Well, yeah, I really need to beat him, but that's what my training was all about." And the moment he said that, it's like, okay, what's going to be the key here? Because that's exactly what Vegeta is aiming for. And now Goku's here first, so that's after where Tien and Yamcha are fighting their opponent and they're struggling. Goku cuts in, blocks the attack, and then basically one shots and just lifts him up on some Nappa type of deal. Then we go over to 18, 17, and they're like, they've had enough. 18's like, they're not paying me enough for this. 17's like, damn, I didn't expect this. Zangabo's wrecking Gohan, Piccolo. I will give them props for actually trying to put up a fight. Not even close. I do like the combo attacks they use. They use a combo energy blast. And there's one part where Jacko says, you're going to break the other parts with that attack. But I'm like, the Earth is going to be destroyed anyway if they don't do this. So that, and with two punches, he sends Gohan and Piccolo down. So, I mean, yeah. So that didn't really amount to much. But then Jacko kind of like talks about, why are you hanging around with Moro? You're being a pawn and all that. And Sangabo's like, oh, he got us out of the galactic prison, so of course we're going to follow him. So, but then out of nowhere, if we can attack Jacko, Goku comes in with an unseen attack, nails him in the face, in the sense that Piccolo couldn't sense Goku's energy, but Gohan knew that it was Goku. He knew it was his dad. It says, oh, it's dad. But Piccolo couldn't sense his ki, so but then Moro already immediately knows it's him who used instant transmission on Namek, it's Goku. So one of them is finally here. So all you see is Goku's hand just throws Zangabo right to Moro's location. And Moro just flicks him back like it's a game of ping pong between the two. And then Goku appears right behind Moro. And Goku's like, I guess it won't be that simple against you. This is exactly what Moro wanted. He wanted Goku and Vegeta to get stronger. It's definitely going to bite him in the ass. If Goku take on Zangambo, let me handle this one. Especially with the Gohan saying, sorry, we couldn't keep this planet safe, and Goku's like apologizing. Oh, I'm sorry you got dragged into this for fighting again. They trained so hard for this. And Piccolo pretty much said, "What? Not much point in training when we can't still defend the Earth." And that's pretty much my major point in all of this. What was the point in the 2-month time skip? We spent training when it really didn't amount to much at all. Their role, and I knew this from the get-go, but it still doesn't make it any more irritating. Like their role that Gohan and Piccolo and everybody else that showed up, it was just a flashback of nostalgia and the reason they were there to stall Moro and his goons until Goku and Vegeta arrived. That's it. So anyway, Gohan and Piccolo leave this to Goku. Goku goes into blue, and if you look at the way he's blocking Zangamo's attacks, like it's very casual, almost like Whis and Mirrors like. So that's the influence of training for Ultra Instinct down. Yes, there's one cool scene where it actually comes in with a punch, and Goku just like leans back and he actually dodges and kicks him in the air. That was pretty cool. Piccolo makes the observation that Goku is stronger than he's ever been in Super Saiyan Blue, which, I mean, no duh. We knew he was going to be stronger. We just didn't know what to expect. We'll give him credit because Zangobo actually did make it back up to his feet after Goku's attack. And this is where it gets really messed up because Goku's like, he won't get up again, so it's over. Are you ready, Moro? And then Moro's like, are you sure it's over? Look, he looks behind, and then Zangobo stands up again. Obvious Moro's pumping him with more energy, and we find out there's actually a limit to it where his body's breaking apart, and Goku's like, yeah, if you do it that, you're gonna destroy it. But he's still able to block it casually, and he's still able to fend off Zangobo's attacks. So he wants to see Goku's new technique because he confirms the fact that wasn't the technique he was using when he was zipping around, catching Zangobo by surprise, which confirms the fact that he was already in Ultra Instinct at that point off screen, pumping his body with energy just to lure Goku to draw out his new abilities. He comes in from behind Moro to put a stop to this, but I will give Moro credit because he blocks it casually actually from Goku and Blue. But then it looks like Zangobo's body just breaks apart. It's like really messed up. And Goku's like asking him, wasn't he your friend? And Moro's like, typical response, like, no, I don't have any friends. He was just, which, I mean, we already knew this back on Namek when he destroyed Cranberry, so that's no shock. Which I will find interesting because in the previous chapter, he like kind of spared 7-3. He's like, get yourself patched up. I may need you later on. So need him for what? Because it looks like this is going to be the final battle. So unless he has some type of major role, I'm not sure why you would do that. And this is where we finally get the reveal. Goku, at will, taps into Omen Ultra Instinct. Moro's like, oh, that's no mortal ability. Goku says it himself. That's the initial state of the technique of the gods. I think technically it's above the gods, but okay. Ultra Instinct Omen. But I will find it interesting that he's not gone into Master Ultra Instinct, which I have my thoughts on that. But it was a pretty good chapter. Simple chapter, got to the point. Again, it was all about Goku. But what else would you expect? But my question is this: what role will Vegeta have now? Because you would think, okay, the fact that Ultra Instinct is being used this early in the game, technically, even though it's the final battle, but so are they alluding to Vegeta possibly getting a final hit in a Moro? I don't know, because you would think this is something that Goku would actually tap into by the end, but no. So either he's going to go into Mastered by the end, or Vegeta and Goku are going to do something combo-wise, and that's what's going to polish him off. And I do find it ironic because it seems like Super Dragon Ball Heroes foreshadowed this type of thing way before this chapter. So, because if you remember, Goku did tap into Omen Ultra Instinct and just Oren, who was possessing Vegeta's body, right? So he broke Oren out of Vegeta's body. So he was going ham on that in that episode. But the main point, it looks like he was foreshadowing Goku at least having some levels of control in Omen Ultra Instinct, as not being able to go into Master Ultra Instinct until the end. So that's what it looks like to me, at least. Because if he could control it well, he would have gone into Mastered easily. But he didn't. It looks like it's foreshadowed from Super Dragon Ball Heroes, go figure. And not only is it will, because it was confirmed by Moro, it's the same technique he used off screen. So I want to see all those people who are complaining about the amount of times Ultra Instinct was used in Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Well, it looks like that's going to be a norm here, because it looks like Goku could do it at will now. So it was an okay chapter. It got to a point and it changed the perception of what's going to happen next. So I will give Toyotaro credit for it, but it seemed like this was a rushed ending to this fight, because now Goku's here. This is like final battle type of deal for the arc. But we know Vegeta has to come in and he has to have a role. And that's what's the point of all this training. But let me know what you guys think down below. That's going to do it for today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Like this review if you did. Subscribe to Dragon Ball Super. Catch you guys later. Thanks, guys. Bye.